In 2016, when New York State agreed to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour, the budget failed to raise the wage of DSPs, direct support professionals, for individuals with developmental disabilities. We teamed up with Michelle Flood from FREE, an organization which supports individuals with developmental disabilities, to ensure that the 2017 to 2018 budget addressed this issue.
They told her she don't make enough for a one-bedroom apartment, and she's been on the job with me for 12 years. She moved back home. It's ridiculous. And furthermore, the work that we do and the amount of pay that they pay, it doesn't measure up. It does, and there's not a lot of people beating down the doors to do the job that we do. They say that it's not a profitable field, but somebody has to do this. A budget doesn't come into play when it's time to take care of them. A budget doesn't come into play when it's time to medicate them. A budget doesn't come into play when it's time to take them on appointment. It only comes into play when it's dealing with DSPs. Right now, 12 of the people that I was working with last week no longer have jobs due to the financial state that the company that I work for. So we must be heard by any means necessary. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So scream as loud as you can to Cuomo. Be fair to direct care. I don't have too much more to say, but be fair to direct.
We decided to organize a letter writing campaign to get the attention of the New York State Legislature and Governor Cuomo. The New York State Assembly and Senate included $45 million in their budget for direct care workers, so the only thing left to do was to get the support of Governor Cuomo. FREE and other organizations leased a billboard in Times Square and organized a rally for its debut. The rally brought everyone from direct care workers to advocates to self-advocates together to tell Governor Cuomo it's time to be fair to direct care.
So then the state, for good reasons I think, decided to raise the minimum wage in increments and depending on region. And it turns out that they did not include money in Medicaid so that the agencies that employ DSPs, direct service professionals, who care for people like my son, they're not able to pay the salaries. So it's making a problem which is already very difficult, which is the retention of DSPs, even more complicated. And every time you lose a staff member, the guys, the men and women who are serviced by these people suffer.
FREE and other organizations then organized a press conference and rally in Albany, and on that day, we held a tabling event encouraging Stony Brook students to call Governor Cuomo and tell him he must join the legislature and provide $45 million for direct care workers in the final budget.
I'm calling on behalf of the Be Fair to Direct Care campaign for a living wage for the direct support staff that assist people with developmental disabilities. Governor Cuomo must join the legislature and provide $45 million in the final budget.
Funding is critical to the health, safety, and well-being of people with developmental disabilities.
FREE presented an advocacy day at Stony Brook University, and Stephanie, a self-advocate, shared some exciting news with us.
What was it? Actually, no, 2 weeks ago, our director of advocacy, who happens to be on a lovely vacation in Ireland right now, her and I went up a couple weeks ago, spoke to senators and state senators and state assemblymen, and then we did all that lobbying. Then Claire and I had the opportunity to go up 2 weeks ago, and there was like a rally press conference. There was press there actually, where the governor actually came out and promised that he would not sign the budget unless there was $55 million in there for direct support professionals.
Woo!
So, and I believe we just got word that we actually signed the budget because it's now in there. So.
The Be Fair to Direct Care campaign sought $45 million to boost the pay for direct care workers, and thanks to grassroots organizing, Governor Cuomo and the state legislature included $55 million to ensure that compassionate, patient caregivers of individuals who have developmental disabilities are paid a living wage.